This isn't fair. There are moments when something happens, and we don't just struggle to understand it, we feel it. Not confusion, not uncertainty, something deeper, something sharper. This isn't right. This isn't fair. And if we are honest, those moments are not rare. They show up in ways both distant and close, large and deeply personal. We see injustice in the world and wonder how it is allowed to continue. We watch leaders rise and act in ways that bring harm to others. And we ask how that can be permitted. We hear stories of children suffering, of lives marked by pain, abuse, and loss, and something inside us recoils, and then it comes closer. Illness touches someone we love. A situation unfolds that we did not choose. Circumstances press in that feel undeserved, unbalanced, wrong in a way we can't ignore. And in those moments, something begins to take shape within us. Not just grief, not just confusion, but evaluation. We begin to measure what is happening against what we believe should happen, against what we would call right, against what we would call fair. And quietly, often without saying it out loud, a question forms underneath it all. How can this be right if God is sovereign? Scripture does not avoid this tension. It speaks directly into it. Friend, I am doing you no wrong. Am I not allowed to do what I choose with what belongs to me? Or do you begrudge my generosity? Matthew chapter 20, verses 13 and 15. And again, he does according to his will among the host of heaven and among the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand or say to him, "What have you done?" Daniel chapter 4, verse 35. These are not soft statements. They are not explanations. They are declarations. God does what he wills, and no one stands over him to question it. If we stay with that long enough, the tension sharpens, because we begin to see what is actually happening within us. Our struggle is not only with what has happened, our struggle is with whether what has happened is right. And that reveals something deeper than we may want to admit. We are measuring God's actions against our understanding of fairness. But this is where we must slow down and recognize something foundational. Sovereignty is not defined by fairness. Sovereignty is the right to act, the power to act, and the freedom from any external authority that could restrain or overrule. It exists independent of whether those actions align with what others would call just or fair. A nation may be sovereign whether it governs with wisdom or with cruelty. Its sovereignty is not established by its goodness, but by its power and authority. And if that is true on a human level, how much more when we speak of God? God is sovereign, not because we agree with his actions, and not because those actions fit within our definition of fairness. He is sovereign because he is God, because he is creator, because there is no authority above him, no standard outside of him, no power that can call him into account. He has the right to act, he has the power to act, and he answers to no one. This is where the weight of this truth begins to press, because fairness, as we understand it, assumes something that does not exist in our relationship with God. It assumes shared standards, mutual accountability, and the right to evaluate the actions of another and determine whether they are right. But that framework does not apply to a sovereign God. There is no court above him. There is no authority over him. There is no standard he must submit to. He does not answer to us. Scripture presses this even further. But who are you, O man, to answer back to God? Will what is molded say to its molder, "Why have you made me like this?" Romans chapter 9, verse 20. And yet, we must not lose something equally important. The one who holds this absolute authority is not indifferent, not cruel, not unstable. He is good, he is wise, he is merciful, he is loving. This is not what makes him sovereign, but it is who he is as the sovereign one. And this is where the tension becomes real. There are moments when what he allows, what he does, or what he does not stop, does not align with what we would call good, or right, or fair. This is not new. Job felt this. He lost everything that mattered to him, his children, his possessions, his health. The life he knew collapsed in ways that made no sense. At first, he responds with humility, acknowledging God's sovereignty even in his pain. But as the weight of it continues, something begins to shift. He questions, he seeks understanding, he longs for an explanation, and slowly, almost imperceptibly, he moves past asking and begins to press. He moves from appeal to demand. Oh, that I had one to hear me. Here is my signature. Let the Almighty answer me. Job chapter 31, verse 35. In that moment, the issue is no longer just suffering, it is authority. Job is no longer appealing to God, he is calling God to account. And when God responds, he does not provide the explanation Job was seeking. He does not lay out the reasons behind what has happened. He does not defend himself. He reveals who he is. He reminds Job of the distance between creator and creation, of the reality that there are things beyond Job's understanding. And in that moment, Job sees it clearly. He had crossed the line, not because he felt pain, not because he asked questions, but because he began to place himself in a position to evaluate God. And this is where we find ourselves. Because when we say this isn't fair, we are doing more than expressing emotion. We are stepping into a place where we begin, even subtly, to measure God's actions against our standard. But a sovereign God is not measured by us. He is not evaluated. He is not placed on trial. He is trusted. That does not remove the tension. It does not answer every question. It does not make every situation feel right. But it clarifies something we cannot afford to miss. Peace does not come from resolving every outcome to our understanding of fairness. It comes from recognizing who God is, the one who rules over all, the one who does according to his will, the one who answers to no one, and the one who, in his sovereignty, is also good. As we sit with this today, we take a moment to reflect on where this tension has surfaced in our own lives. Where have we looked at what has unfolded and felt deeply that it was not right? Where have we begun to measure God's actions against what we believe should have happened? And where might we be invited, not to resolve every question, but to step back into the place we were meant to stand, not over him, but under him? If you are willing, share your reflections or questions in the comments so we can learn and walk this journey together.